Greece is one of Europe's most beautiful destinations, home to picturesque islands, delicious food, thousands of years of history, and wonderful people. It's also super affordable. You can travel around Greece for a fraction of what you'd spend in Western Europe, which is just one of the many reasons why I absolutely love visiting Greece. I've been to Greece 4 times and have spent months exploring this country. I cannot say enough good things about it. Visiting Greece is always the highlight of my summer Europe.an travels. There's just something magical about this country. There's an energy in the air and you can't help but think, maybe I should never leave. It sucks you in. And, while the islands get the most attention, the interior of the country, with its small towns, historic ruins, and mountain hikes, is too often overlooked and underappreciated. So, while you may have a strong desire to stick to the islands, try to get to some of the places in the interior if you can. You won't regret it. Located in Athens, this magnificent temple is a great place to learn about the city's history while you enjoy an expansive view of the skyline and the nearby ruins. During the summer, the place is swarming with tourists, so get there early. Admission is 20 €. Crete has a long history. It was once home to the ancient Minoan civilization, which predated Greek civilization. The island is the largest in all of Greece and has beautiful beaches, plentiful hiking, quaint towns, and delicious food and wine. Mount Olympus is the legendary home of the Greek gods. Any climb to Mount Olympus starts from the town of Litochoro, 150 kilometers south of Thessaloniki. The walk up this mountain is both strenuous and mystical. As you climb, it becomes abundantly clear why Greeks thought it was this mountain from which the gods ruled. Metaura is famous for its monasteries that sit atop sheer rock mountains. They are a stunning sight to see and worth the steep trek up to the top. Although more than 20 monasteries used to perch on these steep rocks, only 6 remain today. The Greek islands are some of the best and most popular in the world. Soak in the sun, admire the white sand and blue-roofed houses and just relax. Some highlights are Milos, Santorini, Ios, Mykonos, Zakynthos, Rhodes, and Kos. During the summer, the islands fill up, so book early. Other things to see and do in Greece. 1. Learn some history. Greece is where Western civilization began, and everywhere you turn, you'll find ruins that are thousands of years old. Start in Athens with the museums, the Acropolis and surrounding ruins in the Agora, and then set off to explore the ruins of Delphi, Sparta, Corinth, and Crete. This country is a history lover's dream. 2. Explore Sparta. Sparta was the ancient rival of Athens and known for its fierce warriors. The entertaining but historically inaccurate film, 300, was based on the Spartans. The city has a long history and plenty of ruins to explore. There is no shortage of things to do, museums to visit, excursions to take, and places to eat when you visit the city. It's an often overlooked city even though it's only a 2.5-hour drive southwest of Athens. It's a great place to learn some history without the crowds. 3. Attend the Athens Epidaurus Festival. Every summer, the Athens Epidaurus Festival hosts concerts and performance theatre, including reenactments of famous Greek plays. It's one of the country's top cultural events and runs for the whole summer. If it coincides with your visit, you'll see just how proud the Greeks are of their past. Tickets for each performance cost as little as 10 €. 4. Take in the sun in Corfu. The Cyclades Islands may get all the press, but sunny Corfu on Greece's west coast is also a good place to enjoy the beach too. It's a popular destination for young backpackers, but once you get out of the main town, you can avoid them and their partying ways and get the island to yourself. There are plenty of quiet beaches and beautiful villages to explore, and you're just a stone throw away from Albania too. Greece travel costs. Accommodation. Depending on the area of Greece you are traveling to, hostels start at 10 to 15 €. for dorms and anything from 30 to 60 €. for private rooms per night, less in Athens, more on expensive islands like Mykonos or Santorini. A room in a budget hotel that sleeps 2 can be found for 40 to 60 €. Expect much higher prices, up to 50% higher, during the busy season. Amenities at these hotels typically include free Wi-Fi, a private bathroom, air conditioning, a television, and sometimes breakfast is included as well. On Airbnb, you can find private rooms for as low as 20 to 30 €. in many cities, and entire homes, including studio apartments, start at around 70 €. per night. Food. Greece is known for its food. Think seasonal vegetables, like olives, seafood, grilled meats, bread, feta cheese, yogurt, all the staples of a fresh Mediterranean diet. To eat cheap, stick with eating gyros, souvlaki, and kebabs. These cost 2 to 5 EUR and easily fill you up. If you're on a budget, you can live off these for as little as 10 EUR per day. At a casual restaurant that serves traditional cuisine, expect to pay around 10 EUR for a main dish like moussaka and about 2 to 4 EUR for a glass of wine. A Greek salad costs between 6 to 8 EUR. Fish will be more expensive, costing around 15 to 20 EUR for the catch of the day. Most restaurants charge for bread. The price is between 0.50 to 1.50 EUR. A bottle of water is about 2 EUR. All in all, if you're going out for dinner at a traditional taverna, expect to spend between 12 to 20 EUR depending on how much food you get. After that, the prices go up depending on how fancy the restaurant is. Fast food, think McDonald's, costs around 7 EUR for a combo meal. A large pizza costs 8 to 10 EUR, while Indian, Middle Eastern, Chinese food can be found for around 6 EUR for a main dish. Beer is 5 EUR while a latte, cappuccino is 3 EUR. Bottled water from the supermarket is 0.50 EUR. If you cook your meals, expect to pay 30 to 50 EUR per week for groceries including pasta, vegetables, chicken, and other basic staples. It's easy to eat on the cheap in Greece. Activities, visiting historical sites around the country generally costs 10 to 20 EUR for a ticket. To lower the price, look for combo tickets that include multiple ruins. Island activities like kayaking, parasailing, and banana boats cost between 25 to 45 EUR. You can rent bikes for 15 EUR a day or ATVs for around 30 EUR. Diving trips begin at around 90 EUR per person for a 2-tank dive. How to get around Greece. Public transportation. In the larger cities, public transportation is widely available. For example, Athens has a fantastic subway system starting at 1.20 EUR per ride. There's also an extensive tram and bus system in Athens as well. In smaller cities, buses are the primary mode of transportation and prices vary by distance, usually starting at 1.20 EUR. Buses, KTEL is the main bus operator in Greece. You can look up schedules and prices online, but their website is pretty outdated and you're better booking tickets at the actual bus station. Getting from Athens to Sparta takes around 3.5 hours and costs around 20 EUR, while Athens to Thessaloniki takes around 5.5 hours and costs around 35 EUR. Thessaloniki to Ioannina takes 3.5 hours and is just 13 EUR. Trains. Train travel in Greece isn't great. Trains are unreliable and slow, and there are only a few routes in the country between Athens and other major cities, like Thessaloniki and Patras. You're better off driving or taking the bus. However, if you do get the train, a trip from Athens to Thessaloniki takes about 4.5 hours and costs at least 20 EUR. Ferries. Because Greece has a lot of islands, you have to deal with taking ferries to get around. Expect to spend an average of 35 EUR per trip, though you could spend as little as 12 EUR if the islands are really close together. From Athens, most ferries to the Cyclades cost around 70 EUR. Taking the overnight ferries can save you up to half off the normal price plus save you a night of accommodation, so if you're not in a rush, book those. There are many different ferry companies, and most are created equal. High-speed ferries or catamarans cost a lot more, book in advance. You can research routes and ticket prices using Ferryhopper and gtp.gr. If you're okay traveling on the slower ferries and your routes match the available routes, the Eurail Interrail Ferry Pass is worth considering. Search routes on Ferryhopper to see if it works for you. Flights. Flying is a quick and affordable way to get around Greece and between islands, though not all islands have airports. A one-way flight from Athens to Santorini or Mykonos takes less than 1 hour and costs around 120 EUR in peak season and just 40 EUR in the off-season. Flights can dip to as little as 10 EUR when booked in advance during the off-season. Scooter, quad rentals. Renting a scooter or ATV is a really popular way to discover many parts of Greece, particularly the islands. It lets you explore at your own pace and is quite affordable. Scooter rentals cost between 15 to 25 EUR per day depending on the location and if it is peak season or off-season, while ATVs cost around 30 to 454 EUR per day. Car rentals here are super affordable, starting at just 15 EUR per day for a multi-day rental. Expect manual transmissions. Drivers need an international driving permit before renting as well and need to be at least 21 years old. Hitchhiking. Hitchhiking is safe and common in many parts of Greece, especially the islands. That said, it may be hard to find rides in the off-season when traffic is less busy. Check Hitch Wiki for more information.